Hello everyone, myself Hina Parmar and along with Insia Fatima Alvani, we are going to deal with this fifth article, Comparative Literature in the Age of Digital Humanities on Possible Future for a Discipline by Todd Presner. This is our academic information, table of contents, abstract. So for the past 500 years of for the past 500 years the way people communicate and understand the world has been shaped by printing press and technologies. Printing press played a vital role for growth of mass media, and printing press is the a thing which important to understand and learning new things. And we are in the age of we are in the important movement of history, and similar way when the printing press invented and the discovery of new world happened. And printing press also leads many important movements such as enlightenment and reformation of the world. When uh, and the printing press revolutionized communication, literacy, and knowledge, paving the way for the Reformation, Enlightenment, humanism, and the emergence of mass media. Both the influence of print and the discovery of the new world rely on networking technologies. Those not only facilitate the spread of knowledge into different cultures and social realm, but also connected previously separated people, nations, cultures, and languages. And when we look at those when we look at history, technologies and printing press played a vital role, and we need a broad perspective that encompass ciphering and exploration, the establishment and expansion of railways, the evolution of the global postal system, the invention of the electric telegraph, the standardization of the world time, the era of colonization, extensive exploitation of nature resources, urban electrification, the growth of highways and the car culture, the ascent of transnational finance and technology, conglomerate. Conglomerates, and the emergence of new media like radio, film, and television. All those discoveries and technologies are happening the last 500 time. Here is some key points. Uh, we are in a major transitional moment in history due to new communication technologies like the internet and digital media. This is transforming society, culture, economics, and education profoundly. Those technologies have a dialectic and those technologies are also one of the reason of violence and other many things. And humanist must engage more deeply with digital culture, production, access, and ownership. And if new technologies are dominated by corporate interest, how will our cultural legacy be rendered in a new media? This is the one of the question, and we need to understand the specificity of digital media and how it transform and a concept like literature and culture, which owe much to the history of writing and inspiration practices. And this article argues for three complementary future of comparative literature. First is comparative media studies, then comparative data studies, and comparative authorship and platform studies. And also models like Wikipedia provide an example of open collaborative knowledge generation that institutions of higher learning should consider emulating. And this is some of the main key points which involve in this article. And this article also involves some of important arguments. The first argument is that the changes brought about by new communication technologies as are profound and sweeping as the invention of print and the discovery of the new world. We are in a major transitional moment in history. Those technologies have both liberatory potential through the democratizing information, but also a dangerous capacity for control and violence. There is an interscapal dialectical tension there, and humanists must involve themselves in debate about digital culture and technology to ensure corporate interests do not dominate those spaces and our cultural legacy. We need new critical methods and conceptual understanding to grapple with digital text and culture, with which transform assumptions about meditation, authorship, and discover many things. And here is some of the writer who put their thoughts in this article. Uh, Nicholas Negrofonte, in his work Being Digital, he optimistically predicted the transformative impact of technologies like mobile phone and social networking. And he also won for the misuse and violence occur because of mobile phones and social networking. And for an example, like radio and railways, many violence and genocide occur in radio and railways. And he depicted entire belief in their liberating effects. And Paul Gilroy analysis in his study of the fatal junction of the concept of nationality with the concept of culture, and along with Black Atlantic voyages of discovery, enlightenment, and progress also meant and at every moment voyages of conquest, enslavement, and destruction. As we contemplate the future of comparative literature in the 21st century, inspired by literary scholar Anne Catherine Wells, the challenge is to awaken from the sleep index induced by centuries of print dominance. Similar to Walter Benjamin's approach in the Atlantic Project, is it crucial to question both the media and methodologies used in studying literature, culture, and society? And what is digital humanities in comparative literature? So, digital humanities is a umbrella term, and it involves several studies. For an example, philosophy, psychology, and critical analysis, and many things. And digital humanities in comparative literature um, happen by using many digital tools. Digital humanities is a broad term encompassing interdisciplinary practices that involve creating, applying, interpreting, and question various information technologies, both old and new. Those practices found across different university fields go beyond the traditional humanities discipline, influencing how humanistic knowledge connects with communities beyond the academic setting. Digital humanities projects typically involve collaborating among humanities, technologies, liberation, social scientists, artists, art, architects, information scientists, and computer scientists. They work together on conceptualizing problems, designing interfaces, analyzing data, and sharing knowledge with a wider audience than traditional academic research. Importantly, digital humanities expands traditional humanities rather than replacing or rejecting it. As expressed in the Digital Humanities Manifesto by Jeffrey Snape and Todd Presner, is it crucial for humanists to actively engage in the cultural battles of the 21st century, which are primarily shaped contest and influenced by corporate interest. So for we have to also understand that in which way digital humanities and comparative literature have connection. So digital humanities and comparative literature studies involving using many digital tools and also it involves many methods to analyze it and analyze and understand literature, and it also helps to explore and compare many texts and understand different culture and understand its language and many other things. So for further discussion I would like to call my co-presenter Insia Fatima Alwani.
Good afternoon to all of you. So, further discussed in this article, author talks about comparative literature and digital humanities. So, how comparative literature is connected with digital humanities and how it helps to explore the world literature, and comparative literature, how help digital humanities for exploring this era. Let's discuss comparative media studies. Digital media inherently embody hypermedia and hypertext. This term is coined in 1965 by media theorist Theodore Nelson, who envisioned the conceptual framework for the World Wide Web. According to Nelson, hypertext is a fundamental element in this context, body of written or pictorial material interconnected in such a complex way that it could not conveniently be presented or represented on paper. Such a system could grow indefinitely, gradually including more and more of the world returns knowledge. So website is not only about text, it's about image, videos, and many other things also. Comparative media studies suggest that scholarly output is not exclusively unimodal and may not be textual. It has a interconnected information, designs, and so many images and videos are also included in this. It emphasizes the design and interconnection of various elements in the argument, whether it's a page, a folio, or database field, XML metadata, a map, a film still, or another form of representation. Comparative media studies prompts a renewed exploration of fundamental questions in our field. In literature field, who qualifies as an author? What defines a work? It raises inquiries about the nature of a text, especially in an environment where any text is potentially both readerly and writerly by anyone, echoing the ideas of Roland Barthes. So here are the example from Instagram as a creative hub. Just in Instagram, person decide what to share and what to write, just like author decide what to write in his book. So here are some our batchmates post their paintings, their poem written by them. So in this work, might be in traditional idea, painting in a painting is always in a gallery or in a museum, but now a single Instagram post may be a poem or a painting is also seen as a kind of creative work. This is different from old times when only a few people shared their creative works. In a digital era, any person has a right to share their creative work on their page. This is the only example from Instagram, but also a blogger post or a YouTuber also called as an author. And it change the traditional idea of author. And comparative media studies explore how such platforms alter perception of who can write and create, and we recognize them as a creative writers. Comparative data studies, Lev Manovich and Nu Vardip Furin have given rise to the field of cultural analytics in the last 5 years. This field employs advanced computational analysis and data visualization tools to examine extensive cultural database. Comparative database studies allows us to the computational tools of cultural analytics to enhance literary scholarship precisely by creating models, visualization maps, and semantic web of data that are simply too large or to read or comprehend using unaided human faculties. Here are the images from Ngram tools. Here we can see that I search a word India and it shows the chart how many times in English literature word India is used. And another image is about Albert Einstein, Sherlock Holmes, and Frankenstein. So this describes from 1800 century to 2019. These works are famous. How many works are famous? And German MC Gnen contains in his analysis of region textuality that the distinctions between the codex and electronic version of the Oxford English Dictionary showcase the electronic OED as a meta book, consuming and recognizing all that the codex OED offers as a higher level. These are the images from Oxford English Dictionary. Here we can search any word and we can see the history of word, how many times this word is used, in which meaning it is this word is used. Digital humanities is very helpful in the comparative studies. Comparative authorship and platform studies. Web 2.0 defines a collaborative online space where we actively contribute, share content, and collectively evaluate data. This era goes beyond passive browsing, emphasizing active participation in creating, annotating, and asserting digital media and software. Influenced by the open source movement, in traditional way we only read the newspaper or any news, but in this digital era readers are also allowed to giving like or dislike or and their comment or their view they are freely share on any website, news website. And academic platforms like Grand Text, Auto, USC Scalar, Rice University Press, Consciousness, and the Institute for the Future of the Book have delved into knowledge production and legitimacy in the post-print era. This platform consider authorship, design, peer review, and the participatory aspects of scholarship. For example, Wikipedia. Wikipedia allows us to edit anything, and anyone can share their views on Wikipedia. It's not like an old encyclopedia, only made by few experts. But Wikipedia allows anybody to write their view, their knowledge in their website. Transitioning from a web-based encyclopedia for intellectual sluggard involved in a flight from expertise, as characterized by Michael Garman, a former president of the American Library Association. Wikipedia, I believe, represents a truly innovative, global, multilingual, collaborative knowledge generating community and platform for authority, editing, distributing, and versioning knowledge. So these are not like a traditional mode. Only one person can write, but anybody can write or share their views on any website like Wikipedia. So, in conclusion, this article strongly argues that we are experiencing a big change in human history because of vast improvements in digital communication technologies. The impact of these changes on society, culture, economics, education, and almost every part of our lives is comparable to the significant shifts caused by the printing press and the discovery of the new world. These technologies bring about a crucial tension, and on one side, they have the potential to make information access and exchange more democratic. On the other side, there are new forms of control, exclusion, manipulation, and even violence. So we can see the example of violence and manipulation through digital media also. Instead of being natural developments, these changes demand active involvement from humanists and scholars in comparative literature to make sure that the digital future is fair, just, and democratic in various digital spaces. To meet this challenge, we must reconsider foundational concepts rooted in printed culture, embrace new approaches for understanding born digital works. So, this how this author says that digital media and comparative literature, how interconnected they are, and how we study world literature or comparative literature with the help of digital humanities. Thank you so much, and now I am open for questions.
Reference list you can show.
Here are the references.
Sir, I have asked another question. This one here. Hina, what is the role of digital humanities in comparative literature studies?
Um, Digital humanities and comparative literature studies have wider connection. In digital humanities and comparative literature study using various tools and analyze by various methods, and many researchers have explored and analyze their research by using different tools and different methods by their own ways, and um, it also affect also give important effect in their research and in their studies.
Instead, my question is why does Todd Bresner argue that it is crucial for humanists to engage in the battles of 21st century? That why comparatists or humanists have to, or it is important for them to engage in digital humanities or digital media?
So, study comparative literature in a traditional mode is a challenge. It has many challenges, but through the digital media, we can easily study any literature. Or we can here we see that example of Ngram books, how the charts and also the words, how we easily described everything on digital media, and it's digital media is also helpful for reading and interconnecting things and analyzing things very easily. So it is very important to comparatives to use digital humanities and current changes in their work. Thank you.